Hey YouTube, how's it going? I'm going to do a little car repair today. I got a 1998 F-150 4-wheel drive with a squeaky front end. And I've been putting it off just because I don't like working on a car in the driveway. I used to work on cars for a living, but it was a lot different when you had a lift and all the tools and equipment you needed. Anyway, what I'm doing, if you got a 97 to, I forget what year it is, 2000, early 2000s, they were the same truck, same suspension anyway. We're replacing the upper control arm, already done the driver's side, and the lower ball joint. The upper ball joint is made into the arm. You have to replace the whole arm, but they're fairly inexpensive. I mean, at worst about 60 bucks. You can get higher dollar ones, but you don't have to. I want to show you how much wear and tear I had here. Where am I at? Oh, over here. Up, down, there we go. That's the upper ball joint. I don't know if you can see that. You see that play? Yeah, that's not supposed to move like that. That was way, way overdue to be replaced. Same with the bottom. Yeah. That's riding on a prayer right there, because I could have popped out. If I kept on and on driving it, she could have popped out. That was actually dangerous. A little stupid of me. Anyway, if you're doing it in your driveway, you can do it with a few simple tools. One thing you will have to buy, because I guarantee you ain't going to have it, even if you have a full big half-inch drive socket set, is a 35mm socket. Because that is, Ford has went stupid on their bolt sizes. They got everything's oddball. So had to go purchase a 35mm socket. I know you can rent one, but they didn't have one for rent because you'll never use it again, unless you're a car mechanic. Went ahead and loosened up my lug nuts while it's still on the ground. Went ahead and broke this loose. Believe it or not, unless you live up north in a real rusty environment, that I didn't use a cheater bar or anything. I had this long half-inch drive ratchet, and it came off pretty easy. So I'm going to stop it here. When I get a little further, I'm not going to show you step by step how to do this. I just want to show you a few tricks and kind of skip through it, okay? Alright. Already took this loose. Seen that. Went ahead and took the brake caliper off. Got it out of the way just so you don't have to fool with it. I'm going to take the tie rod joint off just because I'm going to take this whole knuckle here out of the way. I got the nut off the upper control arm, nut off the bottom control arm, and you don't need a fork or a pickle fork, whatever you want to call it, ball joint, tie rod separator, especially like this tie rod. I'm not replacing it. You'll damage it using one of those forks to take it apart. I think they make some tools to do it otherwise, but when I was working on cars, this is how we done it. So watch your ears, it's going to get loud. Can't get to it. Try not to bust my knuckles. What you do is you hit beside the joint, not on the arm or whatever it's connected to, but wherever the ball joint is, you hit the arm there. It'll get loose. I've seen some people took the whole CV joint out. As you can see, you don't have to, but you do have to take it out of there because it's in the way. And then there's my knuckle assembly. So there's a disassembly. I'm putting new sway bar links in too. As you can see, that one don't got no bushings in it. So the front end was in, yeah, hear that play? That ain't supposed to be there. So, well needed repairs done. So, that's the disassembly. That was a demolition. That's the easy part. But really, it's not that big a deal. I may add some more when I go back. I will tell you this. Take something on your upper control arms if you're replacing it as well. They don't put the cam nuts on there from the factory to line it up because it's slotted holes. But if you mark it, take a scribe, a real sharp screw, you know, like a wood screw or something, whatever you got, and just scratch around the nut. Plus you'll be able to see where it was at because it'll be clean underneath. But just in case, scratch around where it was at, and when you go back with your new arm, just put it right back where it was at. Should be close enough. Probably wouldn't hurt to get it lined up anyway, but you can get by without it. I'm just putting it back where the factory had it and gonna run with it. For now, we're out. Now you will need a ball joint removal tool. 22. I just happen to own one because, like I said, I used to be a car mechanic, so it was just, I wanted it in my toolbox. It was just easier that way. I had to get a little inventive on putting it back because I don't have the clearance, and this ain't big enough really to do what I need. But I'll show you how I done it. There's a snap ring. The hole keeps that from popping out just in case. It comes out really easy. That ain't the way most of them do, but these come out pretty easy. Now going back's a different story. Sorry, got to bring it over here. Had to do a little different. May have to get set up and then show you what I've done. And then backwards. Alright, hang on, let me get set up. Okay, my tool's not big enough, and even if it was, this would have to be down here, and I don't have the clearance for it. So what I figured out, it took me a minute. On the other side when I replaced it, it hit me. I'm still using the adapters that come with the tool. There's sleeves and different things. So I put the jack, used the adapters, got my ball joint right here, got it going started in the hole. I'm using the hydraulic jack to hold it, and I'm going to beat on the arm and push the arm down onto the bearing. I mean ball joint. That's some classic redneck engineering right there. We'll get her done. Snap ring in place. There you go, one lower ball joint installed. The upper control arm, I'm not really going to show you that because that's pretty simple. I showed you the other one, what I do with it. Like I said, just mark your bolt holes with a scratch awl or something up on the frame. Put it back where it was at. Pay attention to where the angle of the arm is, because you don't want it all the way down and tighten it down, because then you put an undue stress on those bushings and you'll get premature wear. So just kind of pay attention, eyeball it, that'll get you close enough. That's about where it sits when it's where it's at right now, with the knuckle out of the way, that's pretty much where it sets when you're just parked, you know, with the car down, the truck down. That's about where it's at. I don't even want to guess at that angle. It's not much. 30 degrees or something like that. Anyway, so that's just a quick couple little tidbits. Like I said, I wasn't showing you a how-to or the perfect way to do it. I just showed you a couple of little tricks that might help you out. You can leave the axle in. You will need this tool, at least for half of it, on the bottom ball joints. And you can rent them pretty much for free at like an AutoZone or Advance. You pay a deposit. You bring it back, they give you the deposit back. So you'll need a 27mm socket, a 21mm socket, and wrench, 35mm socket. The ball joint on that side had a 27mm nut. This side had a 24, so this one's been replaced, or that one has one. Or maybe I'm thinking of something else I was taking, but I had to use a 27 on something. I can't remember now. Anyway, later YouTube. Hope that helped. just a little how-to, couple tips. Bye.